Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to be showing you how to change the propellers on the Pavo 20. That's right, you want to have these propellers on your drone? Well, we've got you covered. And we actually have to change them because when I was flying them inside in my last video, when I crashed it into the sofa, it basically landed on a blanket and the props just broke off. But knowing that and moving forward, this is a pretty resilient drone. This drone is really strong. So you'll see me fly it outside in angle mode and nothing. It's built like a tank. And the only thing is that when I do land it, I crash it on the grass. Knowing that, moving forward, you have to be really careful with these things because the batteries can explode if they are punctured. So if you want to, I have a Pavo Pico series that'll show you how to build your own drone. But just know that if you do go out with this drone, make sure you land first time on the grass and before you can get comfortable landing, like that. Because again, one puncture and the battery will explode. So you have to watch out. They have a whole series on this. I'll leave a link to those in the description. But without any further ado, let's show you how to change prop cards, because inside this video, there's a glitch. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. So I'll show you how to troubleshoot your prop guard if it doesn't go on, and show you how to replace it. So come, let's go. So this is nice. We kind of know how they go. There's like these little grooves here, so we know that when the grooves are facing that way, and this side is flat, super flat, so we know they don't go on that way. So knowing that, moving forward, it'll be really easy to take off and put back on, and then you just put them in the order, right? The screwdriver works really well. Wow, I've never taken these off before. By default, they're really on there, which is good. You want them to be. At least we know how tight to make them, right? I mean, some folks will say, hey, these props are okay. I don't know why you're taking them off. But, when you have your Part 107, you kind of, they tell you to check your stuff. And this would not pass inspection, according to Part 107. Now, if you're recreational, fun flying, you can, oh, I forgot. I got to use this thing. You can wing it and get away with it. But once you get certified, I forgot, this is a tool. You got to follow the rules and regulations. They're roughly the same size. Yeah, they are, except a different color. Really nice. Now for this, you just want to make sure that when you do put them on, you put them on so that the holes match up, because you want to, they have to be, they got to go through the hole. Oh wow, interesting. Oh. And don't put it in the wrong hole. Of course, there's only one hole that it can go in, but the trick is, and also watch out for the propellers, the motors. You don't want them to. You don't want to accidentally put it into the motor, if that makes any sense. And then, once you think you might have it aligned up, because it's going to be hit or miss, you screw them in. But as you can see, that was a miss. Right about, it's really tricky. Thankfully, they should be a little bit easy to take off. Got it. I think that's it. Nope. I spoke too soon. Oh, no, actually it is it. It's just a little bit tricky because they really have to go on. So you have to sort of push them on and then make sure the hole is lined up. And if you're not sure, you could use a flashlight, shine it through, right? And don't lose your screws. And then you can do it that way. And the good thing is you have more than one hole to line it up with. That's the only tricky part. So, knowing that, let's see if we got it. Maybe. Whoops. Yep, that was it. Nice. And you'll know, of course, remember how hard they were to get off, right? So you want to make sure that you have that similar experience while putting these on. They have to be, you know, screwed on tight and into the hole and not the motors. See? And you'll know. Yep. Because they're going to be really hard. Oh, wow. To put on. I like these screws because it's hard to strip them. Yeah, that's on there. So that's one. And looks like we have to replace these. Now, I crashed with this, but I crashed with this outside. They didn't get nicked or dinged until until they were crashed into the sofa. Make sure that's the right way. So they're pretty resilient, these drones. It got caught. What happened was it got caught on the fabric, and that's how they got nicked and dinged. And you know, you don't want the flight experience to be nice, even though I'm going to crash outside. Just want it to be good. I figured, hey, and I always wanted different color ones, but I just never had the opportunity until I crashed it into the basement when I was doing that angle mode. Not angle, I think it was the tutorial on how to fly in the simulator before going out in the real world. This part's tricky, you gotta find that angle, and when you do, you just pry it under, right, and then jam it in and pull it out. Jam it in and pull it out. And sometimes you gotta finagle it like that because it won't fit underneath. That's the bummer. Almost, I think that'll fit underneath. You need to find that sweet spot. Got it. Sweet. Okay, so that's that one. Make sure you have your propellers in order. Okay. Don't confuse these. Don't mix them up, because that's the last thing you want. And then that can go. Yep, I see the hole. It's tricky to line up. Once you got it, you got it. They're really hard to get on though. Nice. Sweet. And now we just, oh nice, and then the hole is somewhat lined up. Yep. This one I can see a little bit better. Because once you do one, you kind of get a feel for how the rest can just flow right in to some extent. And if it doesn't fit, you know you missed the hole. Like, see, I'm turning it, and it's not going in. That means I missed it. So that means I thought too soon. We know we got it. See, and remember how tight it was when we tried to get it off? Like, it was on there, like until its last turn, basically. That, I'm just copying what was actually here. It was tight until its last turn, and I couldn't even budge. Like, it wouldn't budge. Like, see, until it can't turn no more. So I'm mimicking the experience that I received while trying to take them off. Like, watch. Here's one. Literally, that's takes muscle. I'll leave a link to this screwdriver down below. This is the Pavo, no, the GetBar-C version 25, or no, beta FPV. It's hard if we lose track of these drones. This is, yes, the Pavo Pico 25. I like this version. I have the 35, and it's still in the box, sealed. I might put it online because I don't like. I like the smaller drones, to be honest with you. I'm not crazy about it. It's just too big. And plus, I know when I crash the, if I open up the GetBar-C, the GetBar-C CineLog 35, I know that if I open that, I'm going to crash it, and I'm going to be putting together another video. And hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be rebuilding the. So I'd rather have someone enjoy it who can really fly, and then crash it and fix it, because these are easier to repair. To be honest with you, much easier to repair. Just got to get it under there. Once it's under, then you can just put it under, pry it like the little fork thingy, and then, see, voila. Now, you can put this one on. Like that. Not easy. There. And then you just look through the hole to try and remember, you have to remember where the hole is, and then once you remember that, you line it up based on memory. And now that I believe I got the hole right. Yep, hopefully, you know, it's just luck. Yep. Missed it. And if you have to, you can always pry it off again so that you can line up the hole and try to finagle it. But I got it. There's one. And there's two. Oh, wow. Oh, that's not a good sign. That one just keeps spinning. Okay, we don't want that. Bummer. That is correct. Alright, so we might have to see how that one just keeps turning. Alright, so then what we'll do is we'll unscrew it, because it's possible that the hole is off. I am off. Whoops. So we could use this to pry it. Yep, the hole is off. Alright, that's fine. So then we just have to turn it until we loosen this one. And then we know that that one's in a hole. And we turn that one until it's actually in a hole. If I remember correctly. That might be a hole. Right about there, I think. I'm doing it off memory. Poor memory. Maybe there. Oops. Nope. It's almost. Maybe there. Nope. Definitely not there. Oops. It's okay. It's okay if it falls. Because we are... You know what? Where's the light? Ah, much better. It's better with a light. The only downside to these props, right, is that they don't come with screws. So if you lose the screw, or strip it, you're pretty much out of luck. I'm pretty sure if you call the place like GetRC or some other drone place and say, hey, there we go. I need a screw for the whatever, you know, they'll know which one. See, we got it. This is a little bit tricky. But we got it. Now just one more. Oh, we didn't get it. Okay, and then we have this one. Wow, this one came out really easily. Interesting. Oops. It's okay. It's okay to lose them because we are basically replacing them. See, now we'll see how it flies, but I'm going to redo the one that keeps turning, and you guys don't need to watch that. but I'll let you know how it works out, and I'll show you. Let's see how this, to catch you on the flip side. So I managed to fix the prop. I thought it was stripped, but it wasn't. Apparently one is just off, which is a little bit of a bummer. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. So if it keeps on turning when you have it in, like you saw before, it's either not aligned, it's either stripped, as you can see, it's not stripped, or the prop just isn't, like it's off, which is a bummer. So then what you do is you want to make sure none of them turn. After you do that, as tight as can be, see that? As tight as can be. Not, you know, just don't strip it, but, you know, just turn it like as easy, as hard as it was to come off is as hard as you turn it when you want to put them back on. See that? Not turning. Not turning. I was just thinking about the other prop, which was a bummer. And make sure that you just get it in. See? Not turning. Not turning. That one's turning a little bit. You turn it, see? Now it's not turning. Okay? And you just double check because you don't want these falling off. And that's how drones fall from the sky. That's it. So this one you might want to mark if you run into the same scenario. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. You could probably mark it on the inside, the part that, you know, doesn't have those grooves. And who knows, maybe it's still salvageable. Maybe it'll fit on to another. Oh wow, interesting. Yeah. Oh, one is higher than the other. It's not. It's flat, but it's sort of like a hill. Like if we were going to incline on a mountain. Yeah, that explains it. Oh, bummer. Oh well, live and learn. You know, I might be able to. If you shave it off, just forget it. Call it a day. I was going to say, so maybe you could make it even? Yeah. Oh, wow. So this part is higher, which is why it won't seat and screw in. Wow, who would have thought that just a little bit tad off will cause you to, you know, go through what I just went through. All right. But, you know, you never know. You might be able to salvage it. Now, let's see how this baby flies. So these are the new props, the DT36 or DT something. I'll leave a link in the description. But now I'm just going to charge the battery. If you're really good, apparently you can attach a GoPro to here. Yeah, but I'm not there yet. And before you, you know, take your first flight, just check everything. Make sure it's tight, because things tend to become, oh, see? I spoke too soon. Things you always check, especially if you built it yourself. Tend to become loose, and you don't want these, you know, check them after each flight, before each flight. You know, the vibrations just cause them to, or as FPV Unknown would say, you should have used dry lock. But I didn't, not on these. I should though, but as you can see, I just check them every now and again before my flight. But, and this is why, because one, the screws are hard to come by, and two, you don't want this falling on somebody's head if a prop falls off. Like with, what happens is once a prop falls off, you can't fly anymore. This one happened, no, not this one. There's another one, from the Avata. It just fell from the sky, literally, when the prop broke. See that? They just fell from the sky. So I'm just double checking. And thankfully I fly in my yard, so I'm not worried about it falling from the sky. My fear is that maybe it'll just, forget about fall from the sky, it'll just fling 100 feet, like into a car or something, or 100 feet into someone's head. That's all. No, that's not all, but you know. All right, now we'll check it out. Okay, so here we are, the Pavo 20 version 2. I think I had previously said Pavo25 or CineWhoop GetRC, but this is actually the Pavo 20 by Betaflight. Really well. Look, we're in angle mode, which is like just one step away from acro, but as you can see, this flight is pretty smooth. You do get short flight time with these batteries, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is in FPV, so you really have to know where you want to go, plan your route in your mind, and then fly it there, and then pray that the drone makes it, and most likely it will. As you can see, we're just, my goal is basically to fly the route I always fly with the Avata, but with this drone. And, you know, I'm getting there soon. one day, but I've come a long way. I've crashed it into the house many times and rebuilt this drone. I think I rebuilt it twice. You can find those videos online, but as you can see, we're back to another flight. Since I didn't land it, I just dropped it from the sky, and we're going to try it again. You have to remember with these drones that as soon as the temperature reaches 160, 165 or 170, they overheat and you can't start them again. But as soon as the propellers start, the drone will cool off. As you can see, we started off at 165, somewhere around there, and now we're down to 140. So the longer it stays in the air, it's just going to cool from just moving the breeze and all that. But this is really nice. Check it out. We're just flying in the yard. And there was a point in time when I just could not fly in angle mode. So I'm just going to turn right about here. You do get a really nice view from the way the camera is angled. I noticed that when you're flying in angle or in acro, something that you don't usually get with the DJI experience. But, you know, it's still good. We got great video quality because, as you can see, it's still an O3 air unit, but inside of a different drone, which is kind of like pulling a Frankenstein, you know, the same brain, but different body. And then we just landed again. Final flight in the simulation, but there really is no difference in the prop guards because the only difference is the colors, and I think if I had gotten the original stock propellers, I would not have had the issue of it not being flat and flush so that it can just go and be seated into the motor without the experience of having you think that the screw was stripped. So, you know, I guess that's what happens when you get third-party stuff, but so far, so good. We're just on our way to end this flight, and there we go. Kind of neat, huh? Being able to fly in angle mode, almost at acro. It's really great. You really do have, I have to say, I could see why, you know, FPV pilots, the serious ones, choose to fly this kind of drone because you really do have full control over it. And, you know, if you can somehow, you know, pace yourself on the journey to getting into acro, you know, then go at your own pace because it is a nice feeling to have. It's kind of like, I guess, driving a car that's stick shift. You have full control over it. So this is a similar experience. But, you know, maybe you might never do flips. Maybe you might, you know, fly the way that you fly that's best for you. But, you know, at least, but just try it. You know, as for me, you don't see me doing crazy flips because I know my limits, and you know, I like that feeling that you get when flying these kind of drones. The only bummer is that, as you saw, one of the props was just really off. It wasn't flat. It was sort of like concave or confilate like a spoon, and it just wouldn't go on. So if you see it, if it just keeps spinning and turning, like you saw, it just means that the either the screw hole is stripped, but it's impossible to strip this, or the prop is not seated all the way in because there's like a little groove, and then it will just keep spinning your screw. And just by replacing the propeller, thankfully, you know, I think I have 3 left out of the ones that they sent me, but that's okay. You know, it works, and they're pretty resilient. So unless you crash into twigs or a blanket that's on your sofa, I don't see these props being replaced for a while. Anyway, I hope this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.